I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Hi, I'm Luke Ryan for JoBlo.com and welcome to Top 5 Movie Mistakes. Whether it's Avengers Endgame or whether it's Avatar, in every movie, somewhere along the way, someone has screwed up. In 1986, James Cameron followed up the incredibly successful 1979 horror film Alien with his rip-roaring continuation to the story of Ellen Ripley with arguably one of the best sequels of all time, Aliens. Now this is one of my favourite films ever, and actually was the first film I ever saw, so I have a very special connection to it that has lasted me 30 years and will no doubt continue for the rest of my life. I love this film.
Where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Now watch these mistakes. Number 5. During the climactic showdown between Sigourney Weaver's Ripley in a power loader and the Queen alien, in fact, let's just roll that moment, shall we?
Get away from her, you bitch!
Awesome. So Ripley and the Queen are duking it out and eventually Ripley gets the upper hand. She grabs the Queen, tilts her over the airlock and goes to drop her down, but the Queen pulls Ripley down with her. As the power loader smashes into the floor, the light on top of the power loader shatters. But when we see the crumpled mess of the Queen, the power loader and Ripley at the bottom of the airlock, the light is now back in one piece. Number 4. When Ripley rescues Newt from the processing plant at the end of the film, you can tell if you look closely that in many shots, Newt is actually a doll, and not the actress who plays her, Carrie Henn. This was simply because the flamethrower rifle that Sigourney Weaver was carrying was very heavy, and it would take a toll on her to carry both for extended periods. You can see how the hand of Newt around her neck is completely static in some shots, the most notable case of which is in this shot when Ripley walks into the Queen alien's nest. If you look at Newt's fingers in the close-up, you can tell very clearly that it's a fake hand. Number 3. When Ripley drives the APC out of the processing plant, she dents the side of it quite significantly. Then an alien breaks through the windshield and tries to get her. As the escape continues, the windshield is now back in one piece with no hole. And when the APC gets out to the planet's surface, the dent has now miraculously vanished from the side of the vehicle. Number 2. Let's take a look at this scene where all hell breaks loose when the Marines first enter the alien hive and see if you can spot the mistake.
What is going on?
So, the mistake comes when Frost gets accidentally set on fire and falls down this shaft. If you look here, there are some cables from the film crew. Why they're down there, I have no idea. You could argue that this is simply cables that were a part of the processing plant itself. I'd buy that. Why not, right? Except, if you look even closer, you can see a crew member's foot. What's he doing down there? Well, I guess we'll never know.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Number 1. I debated about whether or not to include this one, for a reason that will become clear in just a second. When Ripley finally does eject the Queen alien out of the Sulaco's airlock, Newt gets drawn towards the edge, but luckily Bishop's maimed body is able to reach out and catch her in time. But if you look closely when Bishop reaches out to grab Newt, you can see the hole that actor Lance Henriksen's body is sticking out of. Wait, where is it? It's not there. It's gone. Wait. Now, I remember this mistake when I was a kid. I loved seeing a little peek behind the curtain and noticing it, but did I just imagine this? Am I just experiencing the Mandela effect of movie mistakes? Turns out, no, I'm not. I dug out my old special edition DVD of Aliens, and here it is. Obviously in some shots the half body of Bishop is a dummy, but in this shot they needed Lance Henriksen to actually be there grabbing Newt, so a hole was cut into the set, and it is very clearly visible if you look for it. At least on the DVD version. The only explanation for it not appearing here on the Blu-ray is that James Cameron, perfectionist that he is, went back and had it digitally removed, and I can understand why. The crew member's foot is still there, and I'm sure a whole nest of other mistakes are contained in this masterpiece of a film, but the Bishop hole is definitely one that benefits from a little trickery to clean up. It's the only way to be sure. Let us know if we missed any mistakes in the comment section down below, and as always, thanks for watching.
Not bad for a human.